welcome to my channel. My name is Tyler. I'm a lo-fi and ambient music producer. In today's video, I'm going to use the Serum tool to create an ambient track. So recently, Serum just upgraded to Serum 2 and I don't have Serum 1 before. But I think it is time for me to grab the Serum 2. And the interface, to be honest, is a bit of complicated for me. For a person don't have the Serum 1 and now it's got more option on it. So I still need to take some time for learning more deeper how to use these plugins. But in today's video, I will going to use the simple way, just finding the stop preset and combine some other sample to create a short idea to showcase you how you can use Serum to create ambient. And I think these plugins can be going so deep on the ambient side, and I watched a lot of different producer video on YouTube and they have a lot of nice pack out there for the preset. So I think it is time for me to get deeper into the Serum 2. Let's dive into the logic and I show you how I use Serum 2 to create ambient track. Hopefully can give you some inspiration or decide is it fit for you. So let's dive in. So first thing first, this is just the starting point for this track. I haven't finished it, and drop a comment below should I finish it. So first thing, I use 53 BPM and F major on this track. And you can see basically in the first layer until the sixth layer, it is all from the Serum stop preset and I play on the MIDI side. So in the last one, which is some of my sample pack, you can find out in the description below. And I think it is different mindset when you're using the MIDI to play the melody or using some sample to create some you need different texture. And in this video, I also will demonstrate some of you how you can use sample or MIDI to create different texture in ambient music. And just want to give you some inspiration how you can use it. So first thing first, every time in a ambient track, I almost start with a pad sounds. So basically, I will go through the preset and just pick on the pad sounds and play around with the preset and find out a sound that inspires me the most, and I will use this as a starting point. So in this pack, I only added some EQ and use this space blender. Recently, this has become my favorite for washing out the space. So I got this for free, but now you have to pay for it. So basically, I only used the default, and I remember I play around with the knobs and then just come up with this chord progressions. So basically, I just use 3 chords for the D minor 7, F major 7, and G minor 7. By the way, Serum 2 is take your CPU so much, so every time I can't use it a lot, I need to bounce in place or freeze it. This is why this track I can only open it 6 layers. So let's have a listen what it sounds like. If you use the headphone to watch this video, you can hear there is a lot of texture in the background. It is not just one pack sounds, this kind of pack within the texture melody, little melody in the background. And I think it is sounding so good. So the second one, normally I just pick a preset and then just EQ a little bit and layer it. It sounds like this. So this kind will be more low octave, and then you can hear some like noise texture. And combines together, I think it's just fill up that space. And I love this noise texture. And after that, I love to add some like ear candy stuff. And in Serum 2, you are so easy to find out the preset on the like something SFX on the soundscape. And I love to use this on the alchemy. Also, you can find a lot of this kind of ear candy. And normally you can see I only added the EQ and reverb. Sounding so good. So in the second part, I think this is not a full track, but in the second part, I love to add a new stuff in around after 8 bar or 4 bar. And this is basically the only melody, and I use it in this part. Also the preset from the Serum. And then I added EQ and added this tape color. If you watch my UVI video, you know I love this. It's become some of my favorite, like the RC20. But I think this sounds will be more, you got the flavor on it. And then I add the Valhalla Supermassive for the reverb. And you can see I used the harmony broom. If you haven't watched the video of how I use the harmony broom and the Cinescape Pro for like this type of generative ambient music, you can watch the video right here. So basically this is a like randomly to generate the melody for you, and I use these plugins to generate a melody for me, and then I just drag and drop right here, and the sounds will be like this. Sometimes, I love this kind of random stuff on the ambient music. Will be more help me to not focusing on the melody, just random stuff. So next up, I also find some effect sounds. So basically just the EQ and play a little extra notes. And I think it sounds so good when you add this kind of ear candy. Just a little bit subtle, because in ambient music you don't have to add too much noticeable, but this kind of extra ear candy will just make it more full feeling. So after that, I just find it a very basic bass sounds. It is just put in the low end, and all the layer from the Serum, it will be sounds like this. Oh, also I added a tremolo on the bass sounds. Recently, I just find this sounds a bit of interesting to give some more movement. So basically, this is just Logic Star Tremolo. And I also use the default one, and I only turn down the depth to not panning too hard and just a little bit. So if I take it out, just very normal bass. So after I edit, you will got some more little movement, and I think it sounds good to me. So the sounds will be like this. love it. So much texture on it. So after that, this full layer, it is from my Ambient Soundscape sample pack. You can find out all in the description below. In this Ambient Soundscape bundle, you will got 3 type of the ambient. You know, I always love to make the space ambient, dark ambient, and meditation ambient. And I just randomly pick up some stems right here and chop it up and then add some plugins to create this unexpected texture and soundscape into this track. If you want some specific sounds for like the dark ambient, you can just pick up the dark ambient. If you want more direct or more unique texture on your ambient project, you can find out the bundle one where you will got 3 type of the ambient, which is super easy and quick way to give you some inspiration on ambient music. So the first one, I just randomly pick some sounds on my sample pack and named it is the vocal. And also you got 10 loops and all the loops you will got the stem. So which is super easy. If you want to just use the loop, you can just drag and drop and use the loop in to give you some inspiration. Or the stem, you can just like this. You can just find 1 or 2 sample and put it into a track and give you some more different texture. So in this vocal one, basically before the plugins will be sounds like this. And I put it right here because I feel like which can become a transition sounds. So after that, I added EQ and I found this like the flanger on the native instrument, and I just used the default one and I turn a little bit of the knobs and add the reverb. And sounds will be like this. Basically, this is a long loop and I just cut it out just one part. Sometimes when you're using some sample, you don't have to think about like the melody stuff. You just need to drag and drop and then play around with the plugins, and then you will got this like quick inspiration. So after that, this texture sounds, I only added the tremolo. So the sounds, I really like it. Also something like the corn star stuff, and I really like it. So after add on it, so you can hear the movement. Just subtle sounds, but you will feel like it's filled up some space. So after that, these 2 pad sounds, I also like chop it up, and you can see this one I didn't add anything, but I think already sounds so good to put it like some more transition. So you can hear already got some movement, and then after I add it right here. So you can hear it got a way difference, even though it is just very subtle, but I think after the mix and master, you will hear a way different between adding some difference like texture and movement. So I just randomly put in different parts. Normally I would feel like listen to the old track and then feel like that part missing something, then I will add this kind of the texture on it. So another one, also the pad sounds. But recently I find out Logic got a very nice plugins, which is this step fix, which can give you some more like movement. And basically I added the EQ, and then right now it's become like this. It's kind of give you some like rhythm on it, and I think it's so cool to put in right here. Something right here. If you use the headphone, you can hear the sounds is way different, and I love the texture. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully this video can give you some inspiration and help you to decide Serum 2 is a fit for you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And here is the final demo, and I'll see you in the next video.